Bring in Navy Captain veteran. So he's Brent Sadler. Captain, what do you make of this? What the president is saying? Is this helping keep oil prices from spiking? And with the Iranian attacks, the U.S. military attacks, what do you think he's going to do?
Yeah, first on the 200 tankers or ships, not all of those were tankers, that were escorted or at least protected as they made their way out of the Persian Gulf. I think it's important to note that many of our allies do rely on the energy flow, LNG, which there is no pipeline that mitigates having to go through the Straits of Hormuz coming from Qatar in particular, which Japan and South Korea rely on. So I think that was also helpful for our allies. And in due time, hopefully sooner than later, we'll see them with a military presence to help keep the straits clear when all this settles down. The markets themselves, I think you have seasonal upward trends and pressures, but we also have downward trends. So I think much of the argument or fixation on oil prices at the pump might be will probably be subsiding when it matters most politically in the fall. As far as next steps in the attacks, I think it's important that so far, the majority of these attacks have been around the Straits of Hormuz, which is the last vestige of the IRGC's leverage in these negotiations. Take that away, the IRGC really doesn't have anything to hold over President Trump's head. Not that it ever was really much to begin with, but I think it's also a realization now after 60 days of always being a day or two away from a deal that until the IRGC is neutralized or their role mitigated, sidelined in this deal making with Tehran, we're never going to get an adequate resolution of the conflict.
Got it. So we're showing now Saudi Arabia, the UAE, Iraq, and Turkey, they're ramping up pipelines to circumvent Iran in the Strait of Hormuz. So what do you think happens next? Will the president also send in U.S. troops to take out Iran's nuclear bomb material? The president posted, quote, Iran is all talk, no action. The bully of the Middle East is dead. They've taken too long to negotiate a deal. So do you think he'll send in troops to get that nuclear bomb material?
I mean, they always have that. We always have that option. Clearly, when we had pilots downed, we were able to surge in a fairly sizable presence deep inside Iran. But going and digging out the nuclear dust or the remnants of the refined uranium and perhaps other weapons-grade material, that's going to take a lot more time. So better to watch from a distance if the Iranians try to dig it out and then to move.
Thank you so much, Captain Brent Sadler. Thank you for your service to America.